For the past 2 years, we've all been grieving the loss of our beloved TikTok creator, Joe Bartolozzi. But around 3 months ago, I started doing some digging, and I noticed that there were some small details that weren't adding up. And one tiny detail led me down a rabbit hole, which may have exposed what might be the biggest cover-up in YouTube history.
Today we honor the memory of TikToker Joe Bartolozzi.
How would I be able to record this right now?
Sometimes I can still hear his voice in my head.
I thought I had the whole story. You see, I have been convinced this whole time that a ghost has been posting on Joe's channel because he hadn't been seen since June 18th, 2023. But the issue that I have just realized is that there has been no confirmation regarding the cause of his disappearance. Multiple reports have claimed Joe was attacked by a possum. I've also been hearing that he drank too much and passed out drunk only to have been found dead the next day. There was also the time he tried every single drug, which I touched on in my last documentary. You see, I was losing sleep because how has nobody confirmed how he passed? That brought some interesting questions. Like, what if Joe is still alive? What if there's a message letting us know that he's still out there? And then it hit me. I was watching a podcast Joe had been on back in 2022 called the Chuckle Sandwich Podcast when I noticed another video in the right-hand corner. At first, I didn't think much of the title, but then I started watching the video, and it didn't seem like AI. Surely, this was posted before he supposedly passed, right? I was not expecting that. I need to look further into this. So I started reaching out to this anonymous source. He wanted to stay anonymous due to privacy concerns, so I made some adjustments to his audio. He claims to have been there the night of Joe's alleged passing, and what I was told just left me even more confused. Are you ready to start?
Yes.
So, you were there the night that Joe disappeared, correct?
Yes.
And can you describe to me when and where you last saw him?
Yeah, actually, I met Joe back on June 18th in 2023. He was on vacation. We had just met at the bar inside of the casino, and we started drinking together, and after that, I got so drunk, things became a blur.
So, what were you guys talking about before you got drunk?
Oh, I think he was talking something about how he had just filmed like a podcast or something with some friends of his, and how he needed a good drink after that.
Oh. Did he mention the name of the podcast he had filmed?
Honestly, that was so long ago I could barely remember him mentioning the podcast.
I'm going to change directions here. Do you think that there's a possibility that Joe could still be alive?
I'd like to end an interview.
Sure. Is there any reason you would not like to continue?
I just prefer if we stop right.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time.
You as well.
Unfortunately, I didn't get as much information out of that interview as I would have liked. Thankfully, this wasn't the last interview. But for now, we need to start putting some pieces together. The one thing that really stuck out to me in that interview is he mentioned Joe filming a podcast. The only supposed podcast that I can find that is anywhere close to the timeline is the Chuckle Sandwich Podcast, which I had mentioned earlier. The only problem with that timeline is that it would imply Joe filmed the podcast around 6 months in advance. But maybe this anonymous tip was thrown in my way intentionally. But why? Why would he need to misguide me in the first place? Unless maybe I'm on the right track. But that raises another question. who was trying to throw me off of their trail? And that's when I realized that maybe this investigation was about to become a lot bigger than I had originally thought. What happened to Joe?
I can't